You went to Ukraine.
Yeah, war zone. But people are standing there like 6 to 12 hours just in line. I'm getting my hair done sitting and there's like, rockets flying somewhere. Yeah, but the girls there, everybody's so nicely dressed.
Stylish.
The war is happening there. The rockets are flying, but the girls are just Ukrainian girls. I love you. That was my first time coming to LA on a green card. That was exciting.
I want to go to Cannes. And she's like, yeah, you would like to go to Cannes with me. The Cannes Film Festival, always dreamt to visit. One of the last days, he was like, here's the VIP tickets for the screening. You want to go? I'm like, sure. Everybody's so dressed up. Everybody's so beautiful. The hotels are filled with celebrities. I was also supporting a movie, which won Palme d'Or 2024. And then when they won, I cried. I was so happy. All my life, I dreamt about this red carpet on Cannes Film Festival. Yeah. And instead of like walking slowly on the red carpet, I just walked so quickly. Didn't even look at the photographers. I just like got in, I saw some famous directors there. I came up to him. I was like, I don't know what's your name, but I know what you've done. He's like, nice to meet you. Like, good luck. I'm like, yeah, you too.
Wow.
You're listening to Just Fake It Coming to LA podcast. Now here are your hosts, Nora and Maryna.
Hey guys, I'd like to take a moment to thank one of our supporters of the podcast, Rotate Your Closet. We all adore that feeling of sleeping into a stunning new outfit, but let's face it, our wallets aren't always on the same page. Say goodbye to fashion FOMO and hello to your new style solution, Rotate Your Closet.
Rotate is a peer-to-peer clothing rental app where you can access jaw-dropping pieces anytime you desire, all without the guilt of overspending. Download their app on the App Store today.
Just fake it till you make it. In LA we'll play.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Just Fake It Coming to LA podcast. And today, me and Nora are gonna have another super interesting topic. I'm super excited about it.
Hey everybody. I'm so happy to be back. Me and Maryna took a couple of months off, and Maryna traveled to Ukraine, and I traveled to 6 countries in like span of 24, 25 days. I know, and it wasn't planned at all, and we worked so hard before leaving, so you guys would have a new episode every Monday. Maryna, please tell me, you left for almost a month.
Yeah, it was like 3.5 weeks, I think.
How was it? You went to Ukraine.
Yeah, war zone.
War zone? To see your parents?
Yeah. I went to see my family, obviously. I'm still jet lagged. I came back last week, and I'm starting to run in the mornings because I'm using jet lag for something good. And I was like, wait.
That's what I do when I have jet lag, but then once it passes,
you're done. I think so. But let me believe in good. Anyway, I went to see my family. That was a very exciting, very good time with my folks, even though it's very dangerous because everybody's asking me like, oh, how did you go? Like, it's dangerous. It is dangerous, but, to putting it aside and not seeing my family for a long time because we don't know how long, all this situation is going to be happening.
But, like, how did you get there?
Oh, that's like...
Because, airports and everything is under either closed or under control. Like, how...
So, basically, it took me, I think, 4 days.
Oh, my God.
To get to my home.
What was the route?
What was the route? So, I flew from Los Angeles to London. I had a connecting flight to Poland. I flew to Poland. I slept in Poland. Then my parents met me on a car. So, because there's no planes coming to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. So you either have to take train or you have to take car or you have to take a bus, basically something, right? So we slept in Poland. Then we went to the border crossing. Border crossing is pretty intense. Yeah, right now it's much better. It was like only like 4 hours of wait or so. But people are standing there like 6 to 12 hours just in line, and it's hot, and you're just in a car. It's pretty terrible. But, train is pretty rough too because, again, when it stops, it gets hot, insane. So anyway, but people are traveling, going back and forth, and good thing that there's also a lot of help coming. So like when you're driving, there's like tanks coming and like all the machines like driving.
Tanks.
Yeah, it's a normal life now. Like, here you drink coffee, here's tank coming.
I saw some videos from Instagram when you were posting. It was, I think, 3 or 4 a.m. and you and your mom sitting in a hallway of the apartment, and you were recording saying, well, that's another night in Ukraine. So why hallway?
Okay, let me finish the traveling part and then I'll get to that. So basically, we crossed the border, right? We slept also in Lviv. Lviv is the
on the
western
west side,
country.
yeah.
West side. And then the other day, the whole day we drove to Kiev. So basically that was the travel.
Wow.
Anyway, so it's pretty intense. Some people do it in 2 days, but they like don't rest, don't sleep. I don't like that. I think it's too much. But anyway,
So you made it home.
I did make it home.
And like
It
all
was
the
weird.
sirens and everything starting, and you just spent like a year in LA with
2 years.
2 years
Yeah, I
in LA
haven't been-
without having those, let's say, memories, and then now you're
Yeah, well, I heard some sirens before because I've been there the summer
True,
of 22,
true.
so it wasn't like new to me, but still you're like, you keep forgetting that it's happening. And of course, when I heard them for the first time again, I was a little nervous. Then usually there's a general rule, which is not good rule, but more or less during the day, if you hear the siren, it's more chill. There's less possibility of something happening, but at night there's much bigger possibility. So when there's a siren at night, when there's air raid at night, ideally you have to go to a bomb shelter, right? You have like about 5 to 10 minutes
And
to like get ready.
Did you go?
No.
Okay.
I'm
And
not.
when it comes to night sirens, and I think, I don't know if it was from the first time or second, but did
Mm-hmm.
you hear the explosions or anything nearby?
So I did. There was no right explosions when I was there the whole month. Thank God. There was an attack with drones and rockets, and I heard our air defense system hitting the rockets. So it's another type of explosion, right? But it's like a little bit better type of explosion, if I can say that. But it's still pretty rough because all the pieces when they hit the rocket, right? All the pieces they fly and they may like destroy, apartments and cars and buildings, and it's pretty insane. So it was my first time hearing actually how air defense works, because it's American air defense that we got, right? And it's helping and it's protecting the sky. And it was like a very weird feeling because like you're sitting there, we're in a corridor, and then the windows are shaking like something is coming, and then it's like.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm telling it funny, but it's pretty actually scary. But also kind of exciting if it makes sense. You're like, oh.
Yeah, well, because
It's weird. It's scary, but it's also like interesting, but it's also terrifying, and you feel like all millions of emotions and things while you're there.
so, and it lasted almost all 3 weeks, like every other night.
Well, the sirens go every day. Every day you
Oh my
hear
God.
like 3 times probably for it's life now. The problem is that there is power outages now because Russians hit the power systems and stuff. So there's not enough power. So there's like a schedule and everything is super organized. So you get a notification like 15 minutes before the light's gonna go out, right? And lights go out like I think every 4 hours. So 4 hours you have light and 4 hours you don't have light, and it's like this all the time. So that's why all the businesses and all the people, they have generators now. And it's very weird to see. It's also interesting because all these young girls who work at coffee shops or just like in a postal office or something, they have to go out, they have to pour the gasoline, they have to start this huge generators, and then when there's no lights in your area, right, the sound outside is just generators, you can't hear anything, and it's just and it's the sound of the Kiev, the sound of the Ukraine, all these generators and air raid sirens. It's basically what it is.
Interesting. And how was your daily life there? Well, you were obviously happy to see your parents, to see your friends, your puppy.
Yeah, my puppy. I saw my puppy. That was exciting. Vegas. He was so nice. I miss him already. Anyway, no, it was great to see everybody. My daily life. I mean, honestly, you would ask me what did I do? I don't know. It was just we were everywhere. I was excited to see my friends who stayed there. I was obviously excited to see my grandparents. We visited everybody. We went shopping. We cooked with my mom. We didn't do anything touristy or something. It was just going back to my parents, feeling like a kid again. That was nice. Another weird thing, not weird, you would understand, people probably won't understand, but I'll tell you anyway. doing all the beauty procedures during the war, which is crazy. I was sitting in the hair salon, right? And the air raid siren starts and the generators are working. And I was just like, how is this a reality? Like, I'm getting my hair done sitting and there's like, rockets flying somewhere. Yeah, like the generator's working and it's normal. And I'm like, this is crazy how people adjust to everything and how people
are
survive.
very adaptable.
Yeah. So anyway, I did a lot of beauty stuff that I really wanted to. It's much cheaper in Ukraine, so that was a blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great, seeing my friends. Like we went swimming in river, we went to the Kiev Sea. We have it's a water reservoir, but we call it sea, but it's not really a sea, but it's nice anyway. So we had
just like back then,
kind of almost
just without the
yes.
sound of sirens and generators and shattered things around.
Almost, yes. The only thing is you notice that people, live their lives. They're still there. They're obviously, but everybody's very sad. You just look in the eyes of people and they might be smiling to you. They might be like talking about something good, but you just see this sadness and it's coming from everybody, from everyone. And it's very weird. And again, you have to understand it. And I kind of understand it, but sometimes I forget, when I share something like exciting and it's like, oh, I went to the concert or something. Blah, blah, and they're like, look at me, that's cool. Like we haven't had concerts in a while or something, but or like we don't go to concerts because it's not the priority right now or something. Or again, I felt like it feels weird because I brought like a swimsuit with me. Okay, like it doesn't make sense, but it's all like shiny and glittery and like I really like it. But then like I pull it out and I'm thinking like, Maryna, what are you thinking? Like, it's not appropriate to wear that. And then like all this thought, is this appropriate? Is this not appropriate? Is it appropriate to have fun and look nice, or is it not appropriate? And you have all these battles inside of yourself all the time. And it is very, very weird. It's like all the time you feel this guilt for not being there with those people and, living your life, enjoying.
I could only imagine. Because when I was here, my country always, 2 years ago, it was a big thing. Like my country was on fire pretty much.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was in New York Times. Like we had huge, almost civil war kind of thing. And they turned off internet for 3 days. And I didn't know like what is going on with my family. And I was looking for flights, but they closed all the airports. So I didn't know how to even get into the country. And all my friends were like, what are you doing? Stay. Like everything is going to be okay. But like I've been... like, my country also experienced terroristic attacks before. And I know when you say tanks and helicopters and guns and people searching you on the borders, like I've also experienced, and thanks God it was a short-term thing. Like it was like a 1 or 2 time thing. But people who like never experienced that, you got to understand this kind of things can never be forgotten. And the feeling of this internal fear and sadness, it's just, it doesn't go away. You kind of like remember this feeling and it stays with you forever. And especially when your family's there, you feel so helpless and you're so angry because you're so helpless. Yeah. Because you need to do something. You can't sit doing nothing in this way.
But at the same time, you can't do anything. Like you can do little things which are important. You have to donate money.
You can't change anything.
You can't change anything.
Yes. But overall, I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad that you saw a family. And
you're glad I'm back.
I'm very glad that you're back.
A lot of people were nervous. Yeah, my husband was just like, are you going to be back? You have to be back.
I know. I was very scared. Like, I was scared that you're going to Ukraine, to Kiev. Yeah. I was. But I knew that, what's up. And I'm coming from a country which is nearby. I knew that you're going to make it. Like, I was more worried about the American border control.
I was actually too. That was my first time coming to LA on a green card. That was exciting. I don't know. I felt excited. I was like, I'm so special. I'm a part of this world.
Yeah, because every time you came with a visa, it's like, oh my God, are they going to let me? What's going to happen?
Yeah, like
you have this fear.
Because you have a fear. I still had a fear. I was like, what if they can ask me something? Like what was? But it definitely felt a little different, much nicer, and just like you're.
And they're nicer to
I
you
live
too.
Here, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I feel you 100% on that. Well, I'm very glad that you're back and we're back on track with everything. with work and podcasts and all the other creative things we do. I actually left earlier than you.
I know you did. And it was your first time in Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
No. I wasn't in Europe and Germany, but like I first time in other countries.
Ooh, tell me about your travels.
So it was very, very unexpected. I just was literally just with my producer, the mentor of mine, and they're all talking about the Cannes. And I was like, I want to go to Cannes. And she's like, you would like to go to Cannes with me? I'm like, of course. Like, this experience, the Cannes Film Festival, always dreamt to visit, but I just never had a chance to like go because I didn't know how things work. Because you see on Instagram this, like, you know, actresses or influencers, they post these pictures on the red carpet, like professional pictures in their dresses. And I thought, oh my God, well, maybe there's somebody because, you know, everything happens. I didn't know how the Cannes work. And you don't know unless you go.
I have a suspicion.
You have a suspicion. Yeah. Your suspicions are probably right. So I'm going to tell you how everything works.
Sure,
so I got the visa 2 days before I left to Miami for work.
Okay.
I got literally 2 days. I got my passport. I flew to Miami for the conference. I worked. And then from there straight, I flew to Belgium.
Okay.
In Brussels, I spent a few hours, went to the salon to do my hair, obviously.
Love it.
And then from there, I flew to Nice, south of France. And then from there, we went to Cannes. And then we stayed there for like about 10 days, I believe. And we lived right next to the whole action, the theater, the main red carpet and everything. You could walk there.
So could you see everything from your window or you?
No, I had to get out. Because they don't really have like tall buildings there.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't. It's more like an old-ish style. They have modern hotels. But you know, for Europe, it's very like narrow streets. And cute coffee shops and croissants every morning. Croissants. And 6 a.m., they're being sold out. So you got to come around 6 a.m. to buy those croissants.
Wow.
Yeah. If you want from the bakery. If you want like a regular one, whatever, go to cafe. Yeah, I know, me too. And then since I went with a group, which were David from...
How many people?
It's about 6 people.
6 people, okay.
We had a driver. We had another film director from Taiwan. We had a producer. We had a screenwriter. So we had like this whole creative team with us. And we lived in this nice, beautiful home, like with, you know, rooftop and everything. And I just dived into this whole Cannes Film Festival. But my producer mentor told me, you don't need the badge. So to be on every, let's say, networking event, like on the film market and then on the red carpets, you got to buy a badge, which is about between $600 and
So you can buy it?
You can buy it.
Okay.
You can buy a badge, which is cost, I think, $600.
Okay.
It's like a pass.
Okay.
But then some screenings are not allowed. With this pass, you got to have a VIP invitation kind of thing, which is also easy to get. Apparently, if you like just meet people around and some random person didn't even know me, we kind of like connected via WhatsApp. And then one of the last days, he was like, here's the VIP tickets for this screening. You want to go? I'm like, sure.
Okay.
But you got to be always ready because this happens to you like, okay, it's going to happen in an hour.
So basically, you have to know people to kind of know where to go.
Honestly, once you're there, everybody's about it. First of all, fashion. Everybody's so dressed up. Everybody's so beautiful. This nice restaurants and hotels are filled with celebrities. Like I was sitting, I forgot her name, Elle Fanning or her younger sister. We were sitting in the same restaurant.
Fanning?
No, Elle Fanning.
Oh, Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning was there.
Okay.
I was sitting in a restaurant having lunch and she was literally like a few tables. Nice. Yeah. And she was just talking to people. And then there's like Bella Hadid was there in this hotel. Very, very famous hotel, like everybody stay, like all those influencers and everybody. What I realized on the red carpet, so I got into red carpet, even though I was so unprepared because I didn't bring any like, you know, dresses. I didn't make any appointments for makeup or hair whatsoever. I was more exploring south of France with the producer because she's been there for 27 times. Okay. So I was just following her lead.
So what was the general purpose of this trip? Was it to support some movie or was it just to kind of see and...
Honestly, just kind of see. Obviously, I was also supporting a movie.
Okay.
Which won Palme d'Or 2024.
Nice.
This is my friend. It's a Sean Baker's movie named Nora. In 11 years, America won Cannes Film Festival. This year, 2024. 11 years before, we did not win.
Okay.
So Sean Baker is a well-known director here in LA. His film Nora is about... the immigrants pretty much, also Russian immigrants and the Uzbek immigrant, and it's all taking place in New York. So we knew like they get got 10 minutes standing ovation, and my friends were actors in this movie. So I was there with one crew, and then another crew arrived, and we all kind of like, in Cannes.
I'm going to interrupt you, sir. I remember I was reading about Cannes Film Festival. Obviously, I was keeping up with what's happening, and it's interesting how they were measuring success of the movie in minutes of standing ovation. They were like, this movie got 7 minutes standing ovation. This movie, 10 minutes standing ovation.
It became a thing, I think, in the beginning of 2000s.
Okay.
And obviously there was like magazines everywhere, the ranks, and the movie was in top 5. And then movie was top 3. And I was like, oh my God, because we don't know who's going to win.
Yes.
And then when they won, I cried. I was so happy, and I went to like this after party for Cannes Film Festival, like to be first time there and not even paying for like photographer or your looks or your dresses, like in other influencers or girls who go there. I'm just uncovering the secrets of Cannes Film Festival. I'll be honest with you, like if you see those pictures on the red carpet of the girls, you think that they are actors or whatsoever, or they're for the movie. Not really.
Okay.
You just buy the pass. You just rent this dresses.
So
you just schedule
anybody
everything.
can buy the pass.
Anybody can do it.
Okay.
Well, at least as much as I know, like everybody could.
Okay.
And you just rent a dress or bring a dress, and then you pay a photographer. He'll be among like those photographers on the red carpet. And when you walk to see just a screening of the movie, you don't have any relationship with, pretty much.
So you can see almost any movie.
It is possible.
Okay.
Yes, it's all the matter of like how much you're willing to pay. Like you can't like I cannot say for some VIP passes.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but like overall, there's so many films you can. Yeah, and it goes all day long till like late night.
Okay.
And you take pictures. Like I see the girls when I was on the red carpet. I saw other models or who, I don't even know who are they.
Yeah.
And they were just stopping, taking pictures, and the photographers were taking pictures of them. But you can see like they're, I don't want to say nobody, but they don't have a movie they're supporting, or like some of them.
Well, they might be like a family, friends, or somebody, right?
What I've seen from my experience is that some girls, they just fly there. They're not even in the movies. They're like not even connected.
It's a good
to it.
networking opportunity.
It is a good networking opportunity because there are lots of parties, and then you meet like cool people. And there's also, right after Cannes Film Festival, there is Formula One, so everybody arrives for that. So you can imagine all this like yachts in Monaco, entrepreneurs, like everybody's there. So lots of girls obviously go there to meet people, to network. Don't be mean. Okay, I'm not mean. Okay. But the thing is, when I got to red carpet, I had like, I think one dress semi looking like for red carpet. I didn't do my hair whatsoever because it was such a rushed thing. And I don't know why I didn't even have a photographer to pay to do my pictures or whatsoever, because I had VIP ticket and I was just riding to see the movie.
Okay.
Because I was invited, and I just ran through it. Like I just walked so quickly. All my life I dreamt about this red carpet on Cannes Film Festival, and my friends win the festival. Like, how amazing is that? It's like such an opportunity. Yeah. And I, instead of like walking slowly on the red carpet, I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of walked so quickly, didn't even look at the photographers. I just like got in, And I was like, why did I do that? So I do not have fancy pictures from red carpet. Maximum, I have a selfie.
I have to go again.
But I was at the official like after party and the official thing for the Cannes Film Festival for the winners.
Okay.
So because I was with them, they're my friends, and then
so they got your invite to this after party.
Yeah, they got me like the special invite and everything. So I got into I saw the director of the festival and the president, they call him, and I touched the Palme d'Or itself, 2024, and just talked to people, and I was so like hype on like emotions. And
how was it being like around all these people? And
I honestly, like, you're just smiling like a stupid person all the fucking time. They're just like smiling, hi, like what? Yes, I'm with them. Like, oh my, everybody come like to the crew, like congratulations. But everybody, like, honestly, were just dancing, and it was on the French Riviera, it was on the beach, there's like a restaurant and open air, and there's so many, it's France, so they have different cuisine, like things happening, and I'm trying, there's like a piece of bread, and they spray a perfume because that's supposed to have some sort of a perfume on it, and then I ate it. I was like, that was interesting. So it was
and then you figure out you're not supposed to eat.
No, you have to. It kind of reminded me of like the scene in Hunger Games when they try different things.
I remember, yeah.
No, but it was different. But still, it kind of reminded me of that scene. And yeah, everybody's just they're like fully movie geeks, like the producers, like the professionals, and you know they're professionals, and you talk to them like, oh, I produced this, and I saw some famous directors there, and I was so stupid. I came up to him, I was like, I don't know what's your name, but I know what you've done. He's like, nice to meet you, like, good luck. I'm like, yeah, you too.
Wow.
Yeah. So imagine like you dream about it, you get there, and you're not even ready. Like my hair is like just like this, and my dress is just a dress. But I think I still made an impression. And I held this. I have a video. I held this paper of the Cannes Film Festival winner, and I opened it. I was like, Nora is the winner, and I touched this, and I have the pictures. Everybody thought that it's my film because it's Nora, which is Nora, and Nora is a big name, which is it's like pretty much
similar,
my name. Yes. Same meaning. So everybody thought, oh, is it about you? I'm like, not exactly.
I have to fake it. Yes, it's just about me. We.
Well, yeah. And after everything kind of like the emotions kind of went down, the next day, it was the first day in 8 days when I got to go to the beach.
Okay.
And kind of lay down. And then in the evening with the same film crew and director Will had like nice dinner. It was more like quiet after everything because it was such a roller coaster of emotions. And then besides we were doing touristic stuff, we went to like this Hotel du Cap. It's a legendary place, like it's hard to get, which thankfully our producer got us into places which it's really hard to get. So this trip was not about like I paid for the badge to pretend that I'm on a red carpet. It was more about I actually was in it.
Okay.
But then I didn't look like it. I didn't look the part as much, but still okay. Everything still works, but it definitely unforgettable experience, which I don't even know. I'm so thankful for seeing it because who would ever even imagine like I'll be holding this palm
exactly. You don't know where you're gonna be, and you're like, somebody told me that I would be here, like even here, you know, 5 years ago. I'm like, what? No. But okay, my question is, I've never been to Cannes, and I imagine people who never been there, they imagine it in one way. Can you kind of draw me a sort of map where it's like how is everything where it's happening?
South of France, pretty small. So Antibes, everything is like literally half an hour away. Like Monaco also like half an hour away. So once the Cannes starts, like it's all about constant interviews, red carpets, and then you go dine in those like restaurants. It's very hard. Like you just walk and you see what's open because there's so many people in those restaurants and everybody dressed so nicely. It's Europe, it's France.
Oh, Europe.
Everybody's so
I'm gonna interrupt
stylish.
you. Like Ukraine, I was so surprised. I'm sorry, like this jumping the topic a little bit, but the girls there, like the sweats do not exist in that country.
Or yoga pants, they
do not exist there. Everybody's so nicely dressed.
Stylish.
The war is happening there. Like, the rockets are flying, but the girls are just Ukrainian girls. I love you. Like the most like insanely beautiful people, always dressed, always looking nice, and not in a not in a like super fancy or slutty way, just like stylish, good, taste. Always like very good.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
and in south of France, in Cannes, especially for the week, the top people like go there, like DiCaprio from his yacht was making videos. Like it's that kind of vibe. So every girl is so on point with her clothing, right? And I've never seen, I thought LA is a concentration of beautiful people. No, absolutely not. Cannes that week was the concentration. I've never seen that amount of beauty, style, and taste and money around me. Like when I talk money, it's like the yacht, like the level there is just level. And for me, everything, especially I went with like a film crew. What I like, and I told myself when I was like 5 years ago, I saw other girls like going, and I told myself like I don't want to fake it like that. I'm just on the record. I really actually want to be with film people. I want to be. I don't need to go to those like fashion magazine parties or whatsoever. Like it's nice to go, but I want to be in film. Like I want to be in around film, and I was. The whole Cannes for me was about
but from
film.
other hand, how do you get into film? You go to the parties, you talk to people, you pretend you know stuff, but you don't. But you pretend, and then that's how you meet people, and that's how you make connections.
Well, I was lucky enough because I already went with people from LA.
You're lucky, because you know people. But I know there's this people, like for example, just talking
that's
about.
That's what I'm saying.
Going,
everybody's so scared about Cannes. Cannes is not scary. Like if you know how it works, you can get on this red carpet. It's not a problem. I can next year if you want to come with me. I'll get you on this red carpet. It's not a problem.
We're coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
red
Next year
carpet, professional
counts.
pictures. You want it? It's possible. Like
Okay.
everybody make it an Instagram. Like, oh my god, I was invited to the screening or something. Guys, it's not hard to get invited. I'm telling you, it's not.
Okay.
And all like I get it. Influencers go there because some friends invite them. Some influencers go for their content. But before in the prior episode, I was saying like at least be honest about it. I could also sit here and brag. Oh, I was this and this.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you honestly how it happened to me. Because Naked truth, yes. And I don't want to pretend like, hey, like Philip Plein or whatever, Louis Vuitton gave me like the dress and I went on red carpet. No, guys, everybody's is being paid. Even a photographer on the streets will give you like a business card saying, I'll take a picture. You want to take you want a picture from the red carpet. It's a business. Everything is business. And everything is transactional. Everything is very pricey during the Cannes Film Festival. So you pay so much for like accommodations and everything. But it's so worth it because the place itself is beautiful. You drive around, you go to Monaco, you go to Antibes, you go this and this. Like it's so nice. And I had to dress up every day. Like even my girlfriend brought me a couple of dresses because she was like, well, you're not ready.
Okay.
Like, because you have to. It's not like I can just wear whatever. Like this, I would never.
Sweats do not exist.
No, this is more like daytime. I needed to go shopping or something, but sweats do not exist. Guys, girls, everybody's just so on point with fashion. God, the restaurants, everything.
Absolutely.
It's just a level we can only imagine. And the weather, the water is so turquoise. Like everything is so beautiful. And I was like, I want to live here. But once everything died down and then the Formula One happened already, right? Because Formula One happens on the weekend.
Yeah.
So the ceremony was on Saturday, Formula One on Saturday, Sunday. It's like 3 days. You can see, I went to Monaco, I think on Monday, I could see how everything is being taken down. So the city kind of dies down.
The magic.
Till the next Cannes Lioness. It's a Cannes Lion. It's another conference, very big, which happens in the month after. So you can tell that it's pretty much not as fast-paced when nothing is happening there.
Oh, of course. Like
And I remember there was a guy in the window in like apartment building and there's like a restaurant and we're like partying like restaurant. Everybody's eating. There's a live music. And this guy just opens this window like half naked and he just looks the whole restaurant. I have a video. And like with a face like, oh God, I'm so tired of it. Like the French people who live there, they're like, gosh,
I can't imagine living there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. Like you can't get anywhere. Like everything you walk. Everywhere you walk there when it comes to like
unless you're working there or you have a business there, then you have to live there. But otherwise, just
but it's nice. It's very nice to live there. And so after Cannes, obviously after so many emotions, we just took a car, went to Italy. From Italy, I went to Paris. Just flew to Paris. Didn't have a plan. I just was asking friends who is where because I had another business conference coming up in Romania. So I had this like a week.
Okay.
And I flew to Paris. It was raining cats and dogs. And raining cats and dogs. And I still went to see stuff. And I remember I took like influencer stuff. I remember I put the dress and the jeans underneath and then I took off the jeans in front of everybody and like in the dress next to Eiffel Tower. Pictures are great.
Oh, I saw that because I was looking at it and I was like, Nora in a beautiful dress, like you have to see, and there's like a dude in like rain jacket on the background. Just
you could tell it was raining, it was cold. Yes, but I still did it.
Dedication, models. I love you.
Yes.
I love when people do that.
I was super dedicated for the picture next to Eiffel Tower.
Of course. Because
it's my first time. And then I remember me and my friends went to this restaurant and I'm just sitting there. It's a cute, I think it was open in 1780s, something like that. It was very old and that's what I like in Europe. It's everything is so old and cozy at the same time. And I walk in, this lady, the piano playing, live music, few tables, ladies singing. And I'm just like in my jeans after the photo shoot next to Eiffel Tower. We just wanted to eat. So some foie gras, some duck, some nice wine. So we sat down and she was like singing. I was like, would you like some wine? She was like, yes. Very, very chill. And everybody smokes there. Oh, so ashtrays are everybody. It's like the cafes, you sit and you smoke all the time. So that's not the best thing, but you kind of get into this culture and you start smoking with them. I was like, oh, it's nice. Wine, smoking, kind of very interesting vibe. And she starts singing, and at some point I start singing with her, but I'm sitting at my table and eating. At some point she's like, Nora, what's your name? Nora, come. And she pulls up the second mic and she gives it to me like, Nora, come sing with me.
Okay.
I'm like, me? What? What? I'm just eating there. So she put the song Hallelujah. And I was thinking about the song. I was like, oh, I wish she plays this song. And it was the last song. And she chose this one because that's the only song I know.
Okay, so you projected.
I projected that. And then so you got to understand, the whole trip was so magical that I was just in awe and surprise every single moment. And we just started singing together and like cheering each other with the wine glasses.
Okay.
And it was such a magical moment. Like singing in some old French restaurant with a singer, which I didn't even expect. And
Okay.
outside is raining, And then the next whole day was still raining, so I worked the whole day. But in the evenings, I tried to get out, but it was so much rain and I only had 2 days left, so I decided to fly to Barcelona. Because it was raining. Why would I
Love it. Okay.
I flew to Barcelona. It was sunny. It was still, actually, when I landed, it started raining again. I was like, am I lucky for rain? But it stopped. And
Okay.
I experienced Barcelona as much as I could. And then on Monday, I flew out for a work conference. But I think I was in 6 countries in less than 25 days.
Okay.
And I think it was over about 10 cities. So yeah, it was
A lot.
It was a lot, but I worked and I partied and I experienced cultural things, even though it's never enough.
Okay.
But the trip was just so magical from day one because I cried. So I cried when I got to Monaco, me and our crew,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it and I was like, I'm telling Donna, my mentor, I'm like, Donna, like, thank you so much for taking me because I only dreamt about coming with the crew like this. I don't know, I just felt so proud that nobody kind of paid for it. I did it myself. Like when I say I did it myself, I'm proud of it. Of course, it's nice when somebody else does it.
Yeah.
But I did it myself and I went with a film crew and there was no like hairy men's hands anywhere nearby my pictures or whatsoever. Like, I'm not making fun of others. Like, listen, I don't know. I'm just saying my experience.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was very happy that I went with the film enthusiasts, film professionals, and all we did is talked about, film and art. And
So,
yes,
be honest with me right now.
yes.
Are you considering moving to Europe now?
Well, I am considering spending more time in Europe.
Okay.
I
like
think my girlfriend, she lives all summer in Europe, and I totally understand her because now I think for summer Europe is the place to
It
be.
is European summer. There's a saying, right?
European summer,
yeah.
yes, and it's just so vibrant. People are so stylish. It's like I loved it so much that now I'm thinking, okay, well, there must be at least a month or two in a year where we just kind of hop up. And Europe is so diverse. Like it's Italy. Anywhere you go, I went to Portofino, right? It's one vibe. You went to Milan, it's another vibe. It's like so diverse.
Of course, it is very
France is
different.
the same thing. Like you came to Paris, and they're about to have Olympics on July 26th.
Yeah,
I
they're
believe it
preparing,
starts. Yeah, and all the roads are closed. Like all the bridges, but you still kind of have a vibe.
Okay.
But you can realize it's a megapolis. And in south of France, it was more like chill. It's meeting sunrises.
It
and
is
sunsets.
also very different things experiencing Europe as a tourist or experiencing Europe as an immigrant. Because that was like, for example, for me, I spent a lot of time in Italy because I was studying Italian language and I was considering immigrating there, right? Or like going to university there after. But after leaving there for some time, right, all this like awe and, excitement goes away. And then you start realizing that Italians didn't want you there. Or like Europeans, they don't want you there. They would never take you as one of their own. Like when you're a tourist, it's cool. Of course, here's like your food, here's everything. We show you everything. But then just go home, Vice versa here, when I came to LA, right, I felt so good just being like nobody was looking at me weird. They're like, oh, you don't belong here. You're not from here. Because everybody's from around all the world here, right? And it's very welcoming environment. Instead in Europe, it's not. Because I remember even like I speak Italian. I spoke Italian. It's not perfect, right? But I'm trying. I was like trying. I'm speaking to everybody Italian. And the moment they hear that like something is wrong with your Italian, they're just like they're switching to English because you're not one of us.
Yes, I understand.
Did you experience that?
Well, not much, really. I don't think I had even time to do that.
Okay.
But I do understand because when there is a monoculture and like thousands of years of history of one nation on the land, it's not like we're coming from the similar countries with a very long history, and for us, foreigners are still foreigners.
Yes.
We don't really like. It's not like we're not friendly. We don't accept them. It's just like they would never be one of us unless they know the
Yeah,
customs.
it's just very weird. To
Well,
see
America
foreigner
is
and-
for immigrants.
Yes.
It's built by immigrants. America is immigrant country.
Well,
That's
again,
why we feel
we're talking about Los Angeles. I'm not sure how about like all other states,
like
right?
Midwest.
'Cause- Yeah.
Like Midwest would be different,
Probably.
especially for me.
Yeah.
At least you look more European. Yeah. No, but that's true. I'm
No,
not saying
okay.
it's a bad thing. Maybe it's going to be a
Yes.
good thing. But what I'm trying to say is that, yes, we're in LA. LA is not exactly represents fully America.
Yeah.
And that's why we feel like normal here, because everybody here is from somewhere.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that makes you feel comfortable here. I don't know how about you. Do you feel comfortable?
No, I feel comfortable, yes, but I'm the person, you know me and you know yourself. Like, we're not the people who always sticks in like 365 days in one place. Like, we're not.
True.
We always like
True.
move around. We need to go somewhere. We need to see
Yeah.
family. We need to. So we're more like global people. We are global people, and that's a fact. And nowadays, our generation, overall, 21st century, it's a century of globalization, and that's why I think we shouldn't be behind. We should be just in pace with that. And I think the best education, like you can get an education in college, but also the best education is also traveling, because that's how you know the difference. That's how you know different people, the way they talk, the way they interact. And I can say that Europeans overall are very smart, very educated. At least I didn't have to explain where the Kazakhstan is. Well, that's the only thing.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
when I
they
went
know.
there, nobody ever made fun of me as a Borat. Nobody everybody was just commenting like, "Oh, what do you do?" Like they treated you more like, "Okay, well, she's from Kazakhstan. There is a country Kazakhstan, and they know
and
this
we know
country.
where it is.
They will know
Okay.
where it is. Like,
Okay.
everything is fine. We're cool. Like, that's the intake." But for me, as I said, it's like uncovering secrets of Cannes. Like, I think Cannes was the apocalypse, like the whole. I'm not apocalypse. I'm so sorry. The culmination. I don't know why I said apocalypse. That's my English. Sorry, guys. I started speaking French in France.
Oh,
It was so funny when you go to France, you start speaking French, and then you go to Italy and you try to kind of transfer, and then you go to Spain, and then you go back to Paris, and then you go to somewhere else, and it's the matter of like 2-3 days in between.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's like, like I'm losing my
Your
mind.
brain is
Yeah.
exploding.
Yes, because you have to kind of
Yeah.
adjust. But everybody speaks English so far, which is great. And I overall loved it. And this culmination of Cannes, I was so surprised at how everything works. And that's why I tell people, don't be scared. Like, everything is possible to go there, to feel the vibe. Everything just needs to be more planned. Not in my case, because everything has just happened pretty quickly.
Okay.
And thankfully, I had a great team who already took care of the like where we live. We had a driver. Like, that's the best way to do, because taxis is so hard. And the nightlife was there, very vibrant. I even met the sunrise in the first day I arrived to Cannes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just partied and then I met the sunrise. It was
Do you have any
Saturday.
funny stories to tell me from that?
Oh God,
I'm sure you do.
I don't know. Those are personal stories, though.
I mean, anything. Share with us. I don't want to hear.
God, God.
Okay.
I met. So we were at the club. It's Baoli, and it's like, this club. It's a chain. It's nice clubs and DJs and everything. And we just get in there first night. I'm still jet lagged, having my drink, and I see there's like a VIP area. And this VIP area, everybody with bottles, bottle service, and apparently nobody really was connected to film at this booth, because everybody was either from Dubai or like America or somewhere, just like popping bottles there. And like girls, similar seem like LA type,
Yeah.
but more like advanced, like more money, beautiful girls, like better everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna go there. Like, I want to be next to the DJ, because here in LA, I always try to be next to the DJ. And then my girlfriend is like, no, they're not gonna let you. I'm like, me? Not gonna let me in?
They gonna let me.
I'm
everywhere.
like,
okay.
so I just kind of walk there, and the security guy was like looking at me like not understanding, am I in? Because you make this, I just faked it. And then the security guy behind me, he's like, please, and he just touched my back, go forward, move forward, like you belong, And I get
Love
in,
it.
I go to the DJ's booth, and I'm like, can I smoke you a cigarette? He's like, sure. And I'm like, literally, he's lighting my cigarette, his cigarette, and he's playing at the same time to the whole bowling can,
Wow.
And then my girlfriend is like, how am I supposed to get in? So she goes to the security guys, and they're not letting her in.
Okay.
And I'm like from the DJ booth, like, please, come on. And they're like, okay, And she got in, and with both of us in a DJ booth the whole night, we're just like DJ, tuk, tuk, tuk.
And the clubs in Europe open the whole night.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you guys don't know.
And it was
2
like,
a.m. Everything just started.
yes.
Right?
It was very fun. So that was my first night. And at the same night, I went to meet Sunrise, apparently in Cannes.
Okay.
Yeah. And imagine that kind of vibe happened for like 2 weeks at least.
Okay.
So we're doing everything, and then we're going networking and talking and all of stuff. So I barely slept because I was jet lagged too. So I took naps.
Okay.
And I was working at the same time. So it all worked out. Let me see other funny stories. So when you go to like nice places, you don't want to show up like in a not nice car. So you always try to order like in Mercedes Ubers and stuff like that. Because to the restaurants you go, everybody's walking out like from the red carpet kind of thing. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody's so, dressed. And you're like, well, okay, we got to kind of
step it up.
Step it up, yes. So we were very like on point as well. And my girlfriends there is super nice. They know how it works. So I was so lucky to have a team like mine. They took care of it because I never care about like, about the dress or whatsoever. But she was like my stylist. She was telling me, okay, no, this is not going to work. We're going to change this. What do you have? Let's buy something. And every day I was kind of on point. And all the pictures, or so many pictures we did were on point. And God, there's so many other stories. I can't even like place it, but we met cool people. We were sitting at the restaurants. There was like a singer. I don't know why I was just singing and he just comes by and he takes my hand in front of the whole restaurant. He sings with me like I'm the only one in the restaurant. Like things like that.
Okay.
It was just so flattering the whole time. And I realized being a girl in Cannes, even though you're not even... I was least prepared girl in Cannes. Least prepared because you can see on the streets how girls are walking in their outfits and the photographers are taking pictures. So everybody came there for the content.
Of course.
Like there's full of influencers. There was a whole party for influencers.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm not an influencer. For me, it's like I barely took pictures. Like I have not even a single professional picture from Cannes Film Festival.
You had to bring me.
I know I had
lost.
to. Yeah, and I was not prepared, but I think that part, because I didn't really care.
Yes.
I didn't put much time and effort into this. I was just kind of going with the flow, and it just worked out perfectly. In like, it's the best way it could happen because, like, come on, winning Cannes Film Festival, being around that and with that, and then going with like top producers to Cannes Film Festival, like it's a dream.
Okay.
Even though I was tired the whole time, but I was crying because I was literally going on adrenaline.
Okay.
The whole 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 days. So was there something that impressed you the most? Like from the whole trip, whole thing, something that...
I mean, Palme d'Or 2024.
Okay.
Like, come on. That was the craziest thing because I was there. Like,
no, it's crazy. You touched it.
I took the paper of like the winners. And I literally, on the after party, the paper was like, okay, I'm going to announce Nora again, you know? And I was like, the winner is of 2024 Palme d'Or Film Festival is Nora, you know? And you can't just have those kind of videos or things, even if you paid for the red carpet, for the dresses or whatsoever, right?
So did you go to the actual ceremony when they were giving the awards?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I couldn't make it. But I went to right after when they went after party.
So after party.
Yeah, the after party.
Is it hard to get into after party?
Yes.
Okay, but
yes, there is like an invitation. Like, you have to. Yeah, no, you can't. There's like security everywhere. There's like checkpoints. Like they check everything. Even for the screening, they would check.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody's just standing there trying to get in, and they're taking pictures. Insane, right? They're taking pictures of the whole event, what is happening from outside, because it's open air.
Yeah.
And you're kind of walking through the crowd, and like, you know, you're being handed the ticket, and everybody's looking at you like thinking that you're a famous actress or somebody. Because why?
You don't know, you never know.
Yeah, you're getting in there. Yeah. Like, who are you? And that was very nice. But I was like, I'm so sorry. Can I get it? I was very humbly. I don't know. I was just so humbled and excited at the same time. Because when truly magic, I believe it's a truly magical thing, because how? Like, if you told me about it like a few months ago, I'd be like, really? And things like that happen. And I was just so grateful for the people who are there with me, because it's the best crew I could ever ask for. Of course, you want to next time be more prepared. Yeah. And I want to be more prepared. I want to be like invited to like other things as well. But for the first time, it was something. I understood how things work. And I understood that I'm no less than anybody else who take pictures on this red carpet. I'm actually better. I actually ran through the red carpet. I'm not better. I just didn't care at this moment, because I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to go. But dreaming about this moment, being on this red carpet and kind of like rushing it through, I don't know.
Well, you experienced it, you tried, and now you know you're gonna come prepared next year. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, at this moment, like, I don't care. Like, I don't want. In fact, I don't want to have those pictures if it's not. If I'm just there for the pictures. If I'm just a guest, like, if I go, I would love to be a part of the movie. Like this year, it was such a different experience. You know.
Yes.
And-
So let me be clear. Donna was a producer of this movie, or how was everybody connected?
It's completely two separate groups. So Donna was doing her thing,
Okay.
and I was with Donna.
Yes.
And then the film crew,
Yes.
so they were there too. So we're meeting for like dinners and stuff, like mixing match, but we didn't actually like connect it to groups. So somebody left earlier, and then for the ceremony, I already kind of joined. I left my house in Canada, and I joined the film crew now. And and the last few days of the ceremony, pre-ceremony, like all this emotions and excitement and fear, like, are we gonna win? Like, what's gonna happen? And then everything happened, and I was just like, I cried, and I recorded the video on Instagram.
I remember I opened the Instagram door.
You know, and yes, it's kind of like two groups for me. So it's the experience, but I was with them and I was with them.
Okay,
and so I had to have time for everything, but I loved it so much, and I would relive it every single day again and again. It's an unforgettable experience. And
So Oscar is next, right? Do you think it's easy to get into Oscars?
I don't think it's easy, but I think it's possible.
Okay.
Because people do.
Okay.
You can go get to Emmys. There's like tickets which are being sold. Like, it's possible.
I heard like it's, I think to get to Met Gala, it's like a $75,000 ticket.
But you still can.
But
right?
no. It's not everybody can buy it. And like you have access to buy it if you're like a A-list or like whatever B-list celebrity. But you can buy it just as I understand. I don't remember clearly, but I remember it's $75,000 for a ticket.
Well,
So
I mean, in Canada, the same thing. If you want to go to certain parties, you can. People find the ways. Oh my God!
No, of course people
You
do.
go somewhere there and you meet people, and you're being invited to like hundreds of things at the same time. Like to yacht party in like Monaco, like McLaren, like yacht or like whatever. It's possible. I just didn't really go for that exactly particular reason because I was with people I love, with people I care about, and people I'm cheering for, and we came kind of like with the cause of a film and art and all these things. Like, I didn't care about this whole like party scene, meeting guys kind of thing. Like, I didn't really care about that part. But I don't know, maybe next year I'll pay attention to that.
But I feel like it might be also dangerous. Like they invite you to all these parties and you're like just saying yes to everything. And I'm not saying you, but just in general, people who go there, right? But you're like, you never know what's happening.
Everything can happen anywhere.
True.
You just gotta be very careful. But I know that all the influencers, like all the guys, all the girls, it's like a concentration of the world
Okay.
in 1 week there.
Okay.
Like in 10 days.
Yeah.
You could, like, everybody's like sending you videos of Formula One. Like, oh, Nora, you couldn't make it. It's so cool. We were waiting for you here. Like, and I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not going.
Okay.
It was hard to say no, though. Of course it's hard to say no.
Yeah, of course.
But I dedicated myself for the films that trip. So I was like, okay, I'm with the film crews. I'm not going anywhere.
I love it.
Yeah, I had to choose, and I chose. I didn't sell my soul. I did not.
Well, that's cool. No, that's very exciting, and I love that we can and we're experiencing these things, like all the different things, the things we don't expect to experience, right? So it is very exciting. It's exciting to be in LA.
I was so happy to be back and just sleep and unpack because I just didn't unpack. I was literally washing my clothes on the way somewhere or giving it to the laundry, but then it takes 2 days, so sometimes I didn't have time. This kind of pace is very usual for me when I do things, but I was so happy to be back and just kind of slip in.
Okay.
And summer is busy. And I'm very excited.
And it's only, we're just done with the first month, so we still have 2 months to party and go to crazy events and find troubles on our little,
Yes. I mean, maybe next year I'll go to Ukraine with you.
Sure. Hopefully, we're all gonna go.
Yeah, hopefully.
I love it. No, speaking about to end this beautiful
I felt like I spoke the whole time about what happened to me during.
No, because you had more events happening. Obviously, I had a family vacation, but it still was funny. I had a couple fun stories too, and one that I remembered. It's very interesting because Ukraine. All right, okay. Let's say this: United States, right? They position themselves as a country of freedom, right? That you have freedom, you're free to do everything
Okay.
like you want, right? But what is really free is Ukraine. There's no rules
That's
for
true.
anything. No, okay, there are rules, but there are things that even impressed me. Because like I grew up in Ukraine, but it was a funny story. We were on our way back to cross border to Poland, right? And the line is crazy, like huge line of cars, right? Saying it's hot. We stand there, we ask people like in front of us, like, oh, how long is the line? What are people saying? And everybody's saying it's probably 6-7 hours. And we're like, God. Okay. And we're like prepared to stand there. And then there's a guy coming to our car, like knocking on a window. He's like, hi, like, how are you? We're fine. He's like, you want to buy a spot in front of the line? We're like, and I'm like, what? Like, no, this is not legal. This is not right. And my parents are like, yes. And I'm like, wait, what? You can't do. And I'm like, you can't do that. That's not right. And they're like, yeah, this is fine. This is how it works.
Yeah.
So basically, they bought the spot, like not in front, but it was like probably place number 15 or 16.
Well, that what
something.
happens. Well, it's same like in south of France, for example, right?
Yeah.
There was like I believe, was it Hotel Martinez? It's like this, all the celebrities stay in Hotel Martinez, and you can't just like walk inside a Hotel Martinez because there is security and they check if you stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think I had to work, and my girlfriend, she told me she flew in there for 2 days for some parties, and she's like, you just go in there and you say you're staying in the room 222 or something, and just check everybody's Instagram stories and see who's staying there, and just tell their last name, you know, and you literally can just like say the room number and say, okay, that's my last name, and you get in, and you don't go to the hotel so you don't get caught, so you go to the spa area where the pool is, because nobody cares, but just be dressed accordingly and just work on your laptop and whatsoever, and you'll be in Hotel Martinez. So there are ways and tricks like Cannes is all about like tricks like that.
Tricks.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that there's like, again, getting back to this line, right? So
so you paid?
Yeah, we did.
Oh my God, okay.
We did. And I was shocked. I was like, we can't do that. They were like, yeah, we can. Like, how? Anyway, so basically the guy's like, okay, here's my number. I'm going to go to my car. I'm going to call you. You drive. I drive up. You stay in a line. I'm like sitting there in the car and I'm like, this is not right. We can't.
Well, because you lived in America and you think
like,
it's not,
I'm becoming American,
Yes.
I think now. And then my friend's like, just relax. This is fine. So basically we do this thing, right? We come, he leaves, because I was scared that he's going to just take money and disappear, right? But he didn't. We paid money after. But still, I was scared that it's some sort of scam, but it's not. And we basically took the spot, and the guy left, and he was like, oh, well, if you're going to cross again, call me, and I can stand in line for you. And I'm like, these people, they make business out of everything. This is probably like just some kids, right? They're like probably like 20 years old or something, right? Who live in a village nearby. And this is their business, because I saw a couple of them, right? They think they professionally stand in line to the border and then sell the spots. And I'm like, how can you defeat this country? You know, this is like people are like just.
But that's true. That happens in the borders of my country. That happens from like, it's just, post-Soviet Union countries, there's just no, I think after 90s especially, they just know how to survive and make things out of nothing.
Think people just surviving, and
that's all.
Trying to do things. So that was one of the funniest stories, and like really impressed me. I was like, no way.
People do that.
Yes. So
I mean, in the times of war especially, it's like, what don't you do to survive?
No, I mean, surprisingly, in times of the war, actually the like crime levels went really down.
Okay, that's good.
Because people are really united, and when you have one enemy for everybody, you don't want to do bad things to each other, because you know that you're fighting together to defeat this big evil, right? So this is very interesting and nice to see how people are united, and how every single person in that country has one same dream.
Yeah.
And it's great. And it is great. It's bad, but it is great. And it's like, it unites people, and people are nicer to each other. People are more supportive. Everybody's ready to come help you. Like even that poor girl starting the generator, right? The guy who walks on the street, he would come and help, because you understand, because everybody understands each other's struggles now. And
at the same moment,
yes,
imagine I was in Cannes and I was seeing completely different picture, and then imagine how world is so different.
Absolutely, yes.
Like even there are photographers who make like, there's like children dying, right, somewhere, and there was like another picture where everybody. That's why I said about the scene in Hunger Games, because it kind of just like all this partying, all this like people trying to get to the parties, paying to get to the parties, like I don't know, like it felt like the scene of Hunger Games where other people are starving and struggling and all that stuff, and that's why I think I kind of stayed with the film crew, because I felt like it's more real to me than going to party with random people I don't know and the money of people I don't even know, like things like that. No, it's not. I'm not saying that I've never done it or I will never do it. It's fun, but it just didn't feel right at that moment. That's why I don't know why this whole Hunger Games game scene was in my head for the whole time. And that's why I cried in Monaco, because I was like, oh my god, like I was 5 years old. I was selling bread on the street in 90s, and now I'm in Cannes, you know, eating a bread being sprayed by a perfume by a French, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice that I got to that level, but I still remember that I sold bread on the street.
But it's also nice when you can experience both, and this is
And
when
I
you
value.
level.
That's why I cried. And everybody was like, Nora, why are you crying? I was like, I'm just like so thankful. I cried, and everybody's like, Nora, don't cry. I'm like, it's just, I'm so overwhelmed with emotions, because for some people, doing these things, it's every year thing, it's like a normal thing. For me it wasn't, and I really, really appreciate it. And I said thank you to everybody in my crew. I was like, thank you so much, guys. I've worked so hard for it, like, and you guys. And I that's why I always say about staying true and being true in your achievements and being true. I genuinely was so touched and about this whole atmosphere around me, and I felt like I'm in a movie or something, like I'm a princess of Monaco or something. It's just, there's like this nice car, there's like this casino, the famous casino, and I'm taking pictures around it and having champagne, and I just felt like I'm, I don't know, on some sort of a different level. I made the level I have now myself, right? But I've seen the lows, and when you've seen the lows, and now we're talking about like Ukraine, like I can understand how different the world is at the same moment and how unfair it is at the same moment. And when those kind of thoughts kind of crept into me, I was kind of like, okay, no. You just got to be thankful, because nothing wasn't just given to you or to you, to anybody around you. Everybody you're with are genuine people who worked hard for it. So don't feel bad. Just like coming to back to your saying, like I feel bad to feel happiness or dress up or something during the war. I mean, it is what it is. We understand that. We feel it, but it doesn't mean that the life stops.
Absolutely. And, you know, it is worth fighting for those beautiful moments, right? It is worth like struggling and, you know, even making your way up to feel those moments, you know, because like we like every day of our life, we probably don't feel that amazing, right? We feel like, oh my God, I'm so miserable. I'm so bad. Like it's so hard. I'm so tired. But then you push yourself through to this moment when you feel this magic princess of Monaco or something, and then you know that you've been working hard for this moments, like for moments like this to come in your life.
And it's so rewarding to say I did it myself. I don't know.
All right.
Even though I always say this is stupid, because I'm so open to be a trophy wife and housewife. But apparently I'm just always saying I did it myself. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. You know what? In 5 years, ask me where Nora is and we'll find out. It was Just Fake It podcast with Maryna and Nora. And we are powered by Invoice Media. Voice your passion. See you next week, guys.